Hello everybody and welcome to the Hashtag Hustle. I'm Mule from Mule Marketing and we're joined today by Lee from Sector 40. Hello. Got it right this time.
Thank you.
And Kira Comerford from Kira Comerford, videographer. To the stars.
To the stars, definitely.
To the stars.
Have you also filmed any celebrities?
I have.
Did you sign an NDA?
No. Honestly, one of the people I've filmed, I'm sure he turned up to everything. Kevin Keegan, I've met him 3 times.
Oh, I might have been.
Best mates with him.
Clean Kevin.
Yeah, fair enough.
I told my boyfriend's dad, and it's like the greatest thing I've ever told Kit. He ended up putting his album on the telly.
Oh, it did. He has Elvis stars.
Yeah, Kevin Keegan did remember.
Pop career.
Yeah, I don't know what the song was, but he just have a look on streaming platforms somewhere. It'll be there.
I'm sure I might try and get a clip in without getting demonetised or anything. We'll try it.
I mean, look, he got
Copyright into it.
We'll see what we can do.
the appearances make you probably appreciate it.
Well, that's true, yes. It's all money he's pocket into.
Yeah, the royalties, not to be sniffed at.
Yeah, 50p a year, something like that.
50p a year. I wouldn't say no, it's 50p a year.
No, I wouldn't either, say no.
So today we're coming, as usual, from the home of Sarby Rugby Club.
The gloriously cold home.
The gloriously cold home of Sarby Rugby Club. Kira's travelled all the way from the south of Leicestershire
to
the grim north of Leicestershire,
north of Leicestershire,
which is why she's wearing a jacket.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Yeah.
And
someone.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you're southwestern.
I thought, well, it felt like, I'm from the south. I need it more than you did, Carl.
So thank you to Sarby Rugby Club for sponsoring us and allowing us to use their clubhouse. And today we're going to talk, because we've got Kira here, we thought we'd take advantage of it and talk to a proper videographer.
Yeah, definitely.
And ask a few questions about the use of video in social media and why it's critical. But first of all, I'd like to speak to Kira about her career and how things are going and where it all began. And
That's why you read book now and get a family in here this week.
Another blast. How many references to the
I could have beast myself.
70s we're going to
We
make?
keep bringing out our references, no problem.
Okay. So how did it all start?
It all started very active. I mean, everything, every single step along the way to here today is purely accidental and none of it was planned. I love films and TV, right? I'm a proper nerd. And I'd spend summer holidays from school at home, literally seeing how many films I could watch. I'd make a list, I'd go through on Skybox, record whatever I want to watch, go down CX, buy all the DVDs I couldn't find on the telly, whatever, 30p a pop. And I'm just absolutely happy. You couldn't move them. How I don't know square eyed, I don't know. And it was kind of like, I'd kind of like to work in that realm somehow, but I wasn't entirely sure what. I did theatre studies and all sorts. So, originally, I was going to be an actress. And then I think it was when I came to do university courses and pick what my options were going to be. And I had this realization when I seen this combined degree of sports science and film production. I was like, oh my God, if you can do this combined thing, then you can do it as like a singular thing. And advice was that I should basically bin off the combined degree idea and do something that I just really enjoyed doing, because I'm going to have to do it for at least 3 years.
Yeah.
And so I then started looking for film production, TV production, film studies, all of those kind of courses. And send my applications off for. In doing that, I realised that I did not have any of the qualifiers under my belt to get me on those courses, at least for the top universities that were doing it.
Yeah.
And, I wanted the ones with the work placements and the connections overseas and stuff. So, you did kind of have to be one of the more impressive candidates, but with nothing that really made me suitable. It was like, well, how am I going to do that? I'd had a film blog and I'd written reviews for 3 or 4 years on there. So I kind of thought, well, maybe I go to that angle. I did podcasts. I was writing for a website for a few years. And then I thought, maybe if I get some work experience with a video production company, as long as I can get that reference from that kind of company. Maybe they won't care what I'm doing. So I contacted every single video production company in Leicester and as many independent videographers as I could find. Probably sent out 50 emails, followed them all up with phone calls. One came back to me 6 weeks later and offered me a spot. That's my holidays, writing articles for a newly acquired wedding magazine. I took it with both hands, and thought a video production company with a reference on my CV. Like, I don't care if I'm cleaning toilets. Like, I just want people to see the company name, and that would do.
Makes sense, yeah.
And it was kind of like I got in the door there, I didn't really look back. I'm writing articles, then I'd hear of shoots that were coming up, weddings, corporate things, whatever, events. And it would be, okay, well, it's fairly local. How about I come along and I can carry your bags? I get to have a play around with editing software. I, kind of got to fumble around with the camera a little bit. And that's kind of where it started. Then I went back to school after that summer holidays and just hated where I was. It was such a stark contrast from the environment I spent the last 6 weeks in. I was just like, that's not where I want to be. So I went back and I sent an email to the business owner and said, hypothetically speaking, what would a job with you guys look like? And he kind of very informally outlined an offer. And I finished my A-levels, and 3 days after my last exam, started an apprenticeship and literally never looked back. I did the apprenticeship and I went to another company for a few years, and then I got laid off there after COVID. And, I'd been, unfortunately, one of those gobshites who would have an opinion on how things should be done. And given how unbusy I'd suddenly found myself, I thought I'll give it a go for myself. And, 2.5, 3/4 years on, I've not gone broke yet. So
That's always about us.
Yeah, that's an achievement.
Yeah, an achievement.
So yeah, that's kind of like the sort of time capsule version.
Wow, that's brilliant. So you never actually went to university?
No, never made it.
Never made it.
Never made it.
I never went to university. I didn't even do my A-levels. I left school at 16. So
Yeah.
I did my A-levels. I didn't go to university on.
Oh, really? So you've got 3 non-university.
Yeah.
University is a waste of time. Let's just say that. Let's just put that.
Waste of money.
Yes.
Waste of money. Waste of time. Waste of good drinking time.
Well, you say that, but it always looks good.
It does.
And look either in the job advert these days. Most of them are like degree. They don't care what degree you've got, as long as you've been to university, and that's kind of annoying at times.
Yeah.
I suppose I get it in some ways because it shows you can apply yourself to learning, but it also doesn't show the full character of somebody. And I think more companies, I think we're slowly getting there, but I think more companies should see the person and not what's on paper.
Exactly, yeah. Give them a shout in face to face. You can learn a lot more about a person than you can on the CV.
Yeah, I think like the conversation I was having with someone else I was on a shoot with a few weeks ago was, you get all these university graduates come along and on paper, they know everything. But what you learn in theory and then what comes out in practice in the real world, they can be two very, very different things.
Oh.
And, I know that I've cobbled things together on shoots sometimes that would horrify, people who've kind of gone through sort of like the great universal filmmaking book, for 3 years. It was, and it's not only that, but you can kind of learn like all the technical stuff. And I think especially with videography and a lot of those kind of, I don't know how you describe them, but, videography is, you spend a lot of time on your own editing.
Yeah.
In a dark room, editing, talking to yourself.
Like saving 16,000 different versions.
I mean, how you want to do is up to you. It's not technically, the way I go about it, but
That's the 3rd time today he's mentioned being in his pants, which
You're fine. Christmas is coming. You got to look forward to something.
it's like you spend a lot of time by yourself. And you know what? I've met some videographers, and it's just like almost like the stereotypical IT person, like not kind of knowing how to deal with other human beings and how to kind of like get the best part of them out on camera. And with film graduates, or not necessarily just film graduates, but university graduates in general, they get taught the ins and outs of the technical side of the work, but like the soft skills, are very often missing. And it's in fairness, it's the soft skills that mean that less good people at their jobs tend to do better.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
Well, Lingy's self-taught and has learned. You just learn from your mistakes and go through things.
And trust me, you make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. But life is all about making mistakes and learning and getting lessons and taking those lessons and making yourself and what you do better. And it's the difference between painting by numbers or creating your own masterpiece. And I think that's what you get at, isn't it? That you can, that if you've got skills that transcend the technical skills and the practical skills that just come naturally to you and make you very good at what you do.
I think it's like as well. I'm really going to out myself now, but I heard it on Strictly Come Dancing this year.
Yeah.
Oh no! If I can recover the situation, it's not because I watched it. I just happened to be in the room when it was on. Just so they all say.
It was just clean and it went off in my hand.
I fell on the remote and it just put the channel and rewound it back to the start because I'd missed the first half an hour. These things happen. But there was a thing that the judges said on there where it's like technically the dance that had been done was like perfect.
Right.
But there was no personality to it.
Yes.
There was no flow.
Yeah.
Like it was more like someone was following a series of steps, and as perfectly executed as they were, there was no flow. It didn't actually look like they were dancing, like they were like vibing with the music or whatever. And I think, whether it's dancing, whether it's videography, whatever industry it is, yes, you can nail the technicals and the specifics of that, and that's great. But realistically, everyone can go out there and they can learn those things.
Yeah.
If you have a good grasp on Google, you can find all that information out and you can teach yourself how to do it.
Yeah.
But adding your own little flourishes and, it might not be in the wrong God, but just do it anyway. And that is what sets you apart from everything.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to kind of cobble bits together and teach yourself what you can. Yes, learn the fundamentals, but build on them, make them your own, that kind of thing.
Every day is school.
That's actually, as Lingy always says, put a bit of yourself into everything you do.
Does it?
You can tell I'm tired today because everything's an innuendo. So what's the thing you've done that you're most proud of?
God, you hit me with a big question. I didn't really think about them. I did a project a couple of months ago for a guy who runs military boot camps for kids, like style exercise things.
Yeah.
And basically, he goes around to primary schools and he teaches them as part of the PE curriculum. Yeah, okay. Brought in for a couple of 3 days by each school and basically work his way through all the year groups. And he brought me on board massively, put himself out of his comfort zone because this is the first year that he's really kind of let go of certain parts of his business. He knew what he needed to do, and getting video was something that was part of the process. But like with everything, everyone's had the fingers burnt with stuff in the past, and it's his business, it's his baby. To hand that over to anyone to have anything to do with is like he's putting massive faith in them. And I've known for a couple of years. I'd helped him out with a charity challenge that he'd done. And I actually went to his adult boot camps and got absolutely battered there. So, we both kind of knew what we were doing, how each other works. And there was kind of that thing where it's like, well, no one can run off with anybody's money here because, you'll just track each other down and, the rest kind of writes itself.
Yeah.
But we kind of got it all in action. He was really nervous about being on camera, really didn't want to do that. But I was like, well, it's your business. You're trying to sell to people. You need to be on camera. And that on the screen is the closest that you are going to get to these people without actually meeting them in real life.
Exactly.
And if you're sending cold emails out, you need to make an impact as soon as possible in the most memorable way. And getting yourself on there, talking about what you do, is the best way to do that. So talked him into that, told him all the alternatives that we can do. We can just have a chat, we can have a teleprompter, whatever. And then it was a case of going out to this school, getting all of the security checks done and everything, going out there and filming for a couple of days. And it dawned on me on the first day that actually he had never seen the work that he was doing in from the perspective that everybody else sees it. You know, teachers, the kids, the parents.
Me sees her camera. Yeah.
And like the work he does, it does make a difference. Like some of the schools he goes into, you know, he's dealing with a lot of kids with special educational needs, some that have maybe got a few behavioural issues. And the teachers have said to him so many times, you know, we've seen a complete different side in the kids after they've done the session.
Yeah, that's good.
Because of, you know, just the level playing field that you start everybody on and all that. But he's one of these, like, you would never believe it. He doesn't blow his own trumpet or anything like that. And he's actually probably quite, he downplays what he does quite a lot.
Right.
And so it was like, we were going through some of the footage, like I'm just checking through to make sure it was all I can, because, you know, if not, I still have a second day to kind of recover the situation. And I sat the laptop in front of him and he was looking at it and he was like, oh my God. Like, he was like, first of all, you're so good at what you do. And I'm like, oh, thanks. But then it was also like kind of seeing like this look of amazement, like, you know, seeing the smiles on the kid's face and how much they're working hard in the session that he's put together, what the teachers had to say, because we got testimonials from them. And, you know, it dawned on me, it was like the first time that he's actually seen his work in action, not from like his perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, do you know what? It's going to be a sales tool. It's going to make so many touch points for so many people. But just to kind of like show him that actually what he's doing is you know, it's the right thing he's doing. He's doing good work with it. What an excellent byproduct to be able to deliver through that as well.
Yeah.
Amazing. Great.
That's brilliant. And that kind of touched on what I wanted to talk about today, what we wanted to discuss as the topic of today's show, which was about, excuse me, I've been coming coughing down the mic, which is about using video in social media. And
Jen, I joked about tuberculosis. I'm not sure it's funny now.
I do apologise. I do apologise, guys, but you're all going to die.
But the thing is, like, I didn't have a choice when to go with that. And really, it was like,
you always made people sit in the middle.
You had like a get out there, and it was like, to be fair, probably the most sensible thing would have been to give it back to Mule Opera. But this time I was like, share the love. Yeah,
they can't do.
Sure. So we're going to talk briefly about the use of video in social media and why that's so important. You kind of touched on it there, which is it's the best way to get in touch with get a connection with your clients or prospective clients without actually meeting them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's you know, so much is online these days. Like, I feel like, I mean, I personally am so much of an in-person kind of person, but like I do also have very limited social battery, and like when it's dead, everybody knows about it. The face don't lie. But, you know, it's kind of like people do business with people. You hear that all the time. It's such a cliche.
BGB.
But it's like the written word, great. You can get personality across in that. Photos, again, the same. Like with video, I find it kind of combines everything together. Now, it's not to say that everything else is redundant. You know, without video, you know, with video, you need the writing for context.
Yeah.
And you need photos because guess what? You know, sometimes it's just that snapshot of a moment is so impactful. Like, you can't be without it. But video on a social media feed, on a website, it is the best way for thousands of people to meet you.
Yeah.
That's a very good way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, like, you know, as we're sat here now, people are almost having a conversation with us. Yeah. They've been invited to join. I mean, we are just rabbiting at them. But at least I am.
They're talking, you just can't hear them.
Yeah. Just like, go back on the screen.
Saying, shouldn't we all?
We're all saying that in our heads, it's fun.
Then we sat there with the laptop on mute somewhere, just letting it play in the background. Get the numbers up.
Then take it. Or flicking mute on every time I talk.
Hanging up and ended that in all the time.
But it's like, it puts you in front of everyone. It lets people get to know you. And, you know, I think it's very easy, like, you know, to pose for a photo and to, like, do several thousand edits of a sentence before you hit publish on it. And, yeah, you can edit video, don't get me wrong, but, like, there is a lot more that is
raw.
Yeah. You know, people's mannerisms, their little characteristics, little things that make them come across on video. And I've had it with my clients. You know, I just had a meeting with an ex-copper, and he goes to me, he's like, "I've done my background on you before. We've sat down and had a chat." Something like that.
It was scary at all.
Lovely. You know, it's just that was the day I was applying for my DBS for that job in the school, and I made a very inappropriate joke about the DBS that, looking back on it, wasn't a proud moment. But you know, it's kind of like he felt instantly more connected with me when we're sat there having that coffee, because he feels like he's already met me through the LinkedIn feed, through my social media feeds, through. I mean, I say that I'm a videographer. I'll preach to everybody about what videos they need all of the time. Like, check out my website. There's nothing on there.
Might look into that.
I haven't even got a website.
No, how bloody. We're all doing sorry about me, off God's sake.
I rely purely on social media.
Really? You're not thinking of having a website at all?
I personally, I don't see the point of me having a website. I think everything goes on social media.
No, that's fair enough. I do have one. I don't think I've logged into it, but
that's exactly. You just made my point for me.
In fact, the only thing that reminded me I have a website is I had to pay the renewal, like TV.
Yeah. I think there's a landing. Some companies need a landing page and all that kind of thing, but I just don't think. I think websites are so old-fashioned. I think if you've got products to sell, websites are good. If you've got services to sell, websites are good. If you're doing multi-service, just to sort of break down what it is you do. But I think on the most part, most businesses can survive without a website.
These days, possibly so.
I'm putting my neck on.
Now you are a little bit there, mate. I might turn a few web developers there.
Come at me, web developers. I want to have Tom Clark on the show, so we'll edit out all this shit that I've said about websites.
Oh no, that's great. That's definitely going.
So, what are your ops on videos and social media, Lingy?
I would always choose video and photos straight away. Video is so much more useful, so much more powerful. People generally stop to watch a video.
Yes.
You can scroll past photos unless, as you say, there's one really impactful photo that captures a moment, which is very hard to do as a photographer. But videos, if something piques their interest, they'll quite likely sit and watch it. I mean, just yesterday, I got an update from one of my YouTube channels, just a hobby YouTube channel. I haven't got time to do anything properly, so I've just been creating shorts, one every 2 days. I have existing stuff I've already filmed to put on there, but creating shorts. And on average, I'm about 15,000, 16,000 views one time.
That's excellent.
And it's just going through, and it goes, amount earned, 0.
Yeah.
But, so video is very powerful, because even that, just me playing around with it, I'm getting decent viewership. I would like to say 50 million views. That would be a lot better. I could make some money out of it then, but it's definitely a very powerful thing to use on all social media platforms.
Yeah.
I'm good at this, man. My team on luck realize it's good. I enjoy this. It's good. I interview people now.
I'll get you out on the touch like that.
I'm really bad at this. We do videos. Well, Lee does all my video content for my clients, but for me personally, doing my own video content, I bought a ring light, I bought a stand, but that's as far as I've got. And the ring light I bought about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So 2025, I'm going to put it on.
Ring lights are okay.
Sorry, ring light.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're on your own, just feel one of those.
Okay.
Perfect. It gives you a nice soft glow. But it also, if you wear glasses,
you're going to get his motivation before he's even got started. It's taken him a year and a half to get to this point.
It's a free light. Free light setup. It's fine.
The ring light was just an illustration of the fact that I have made strides towards.
Oh yeah. But a year and a half ago, you bought.
I'm gonna do makeup videos. Okay.
Yeah, ready with me.
I might do that. News it is on makeup tutorials.
Don't shame me.
I'm not shaming you. I would just like to see your lipstick on. That's Henry.
Yeah. So
I've broken him. I'm actually broken.
A broken mule.
Oh dear. We get some speeds. There's no way Christmas is good.
I just want to.
I know we're at night. I just want to go to bed. Just go to bed. It's fine, mate. I mean, to be fair,
Can I go off in the corner over there and sleep, and somebody else wrap up the show?
No, you got to wrap it up and move on. We're 25 minutes anyway, so you can we can wrap it up, go home, put your feet up, do whatever you want to do.
I'm just going to go to sleep. I'm going to take a night off and go to sleep.
Shot a 9,000 vodka. It's brilliant. It's one of the best.
It's not the vodka. Don't do it. Don't try to see that, kids.
Drink responsibly. Always drink responsibly.
And on that bombshell, thank you for watching the Hashtag Hustle. Thank you to Sabi RFC for their sponsorship. And thank you, Kira, for standing in.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Hurry back, Sharon. We miss you. And that's it. All done. Good stuff.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.